much is the bed? 6. Why you killed the last one you tried to get? Why you killed it? No, I said why did you kill it? Oh, bloody hell. For a bit then I'm watching the Olympics causing some of my... I'm leaving the stream on. I'm just had to, because I missed me open some of my... I have to watch my cousin some of my... I'm leaving the channel open. When it's finish, I sleep. Don't know what that means. I still have time to unlock Battle Pass. Oh, yeah, no. Well, like 2 minutes. But fake. £10. I'll give £10. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve. Oh, bloody hell, we don't want to know. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think the ticket... I think the ticket's played out. Here comes Tick Tick. Oh, fuck it up. Can I go back to Manchester now? Oh, bloody hell. Dude, that bit, you're not a baby. You cunt. Yes, I beat. Oh, fuck it out. Fuck it. That fuck. Oh, fuck off. No, fucking. Oh, fucking hell. Headache. Fucking that. Happy bells. Hey, you've just jumped. Yeah, no. I know it's a pig that's here. Here comes to Jazz. Future cunt. I was separate play. You've been robbed. Oh no. 99 problems. Hit me. Oh no. Yep. Oh god, what bloody headache. Wind surface. What the bullshit? What the bullshit? But, oh God. I'm going back to... I'm packing me stuff. I'm going to Manchester. Mum, I'm going back to Manchester. What the shit? What the shit? Two-piece and tipping. Oh! Oh, God. What? What? Oh, piss off. Oh, shut up. What the shit? What? Really? 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 What the shit? Oh, God, they're getting some pups. Oh. Yeah. Getting some peanuts. Because you're a fat pig. Three for £1. What the shit?
Our Aussie garden by putting a curved shape into the existing lawn and landscaping the area to give it a beachy look and feel. Nice and curvaceous. Andy and his son Sam are making that where the beach will go, while Lee is planning a budget-busting feature that incorporates 3 elements in one: an integrated seating area with a water feature and a large raised bed. Hey, all. Did you have work, mate? Yeah. What's this your thing? Some plantings, water feature, one time they're putting on so can you do it with me? Yeah, you're gonna grab a look. Right, Sam. How full the load? Alright. With the old gravel out of the way, Andy can fire up the turf cutter to remove the unwanted lawn and make way for the new slats. However, with such a tight budget, nothing is going to waste. There was a bit of an odd gravel edge that went all the way around the garden. We can use some of this gravel in a design maybe as a bit of a path or to go around the paving. And then the turf that was lifted off from where the paving is actually going, we can utilise this and put this here. It might look a bit scuffy to start off with, but it'll soon knit together and it'll match the existing grass far better than buying anything in. Out front, Lee and Steve are starting to cut the sleepers for the raised bed and bench. And with the turf cleared, Andy gets on with the paving. Irregular shapes will give the area that Aussie baked earth look.
Looks all right.
Meanwhile, Master Carpenter Lee has made short work of the frame with a raised bed, come seating area, come water feature. Back in the garden, posts to dress the barbecue area are going up.
Nobby!
Lee's 3-in-1 feature bench is brought into the garden, just as the designers arrive.
Right, my old diggers. Now, this garden is all inspired by Janice and Alison's trips to Australia.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the budget is more like backpacking.
You
travel. So you're going to have to think on your feet. You've got to make all the materials go a long way.
Yeah, right,
I want you guys on the barbecue's key to the patio area.
Of course it is.
And I know they're pretty, but they're not that pretty. So
Yeah,
I want
I
to
agree.
screen it slightly. So that's you guys on that.
Wonderful.
A bit of paving to do. And then I want you to get arty. And again, we're just going to be using what we can find in the skip. Thinking sculpture, more sculpture.
Of course.
And then there's raised bed, which I'll be working on, water feature.
Oh.
And, you know, but the sun's out.
It
so
is. It's a nice crisp day, isn't it?
It's going to stay bright and breezy.
Now it's in position, finishing touches are made to the feature bench, and the designers are raring to go.
Well, you're keen. I like it. So
Keen as mustard.
that's the paving that you're doing. So
Lovely.
that's your first job, but this is your second job.
Okay, what's that?
So I want you to make this screen look beautiful.
Easy. No problem at all.
And spend no money.
Oh, say no more. You want me to stand there?
Yeah, get on with the paving.
That's not cheap, though.
So the barbecue area off the patio, and probably take this down to about that level and higher. Just makes it a bit more attractive, and also it'll stop the wind from tumbling around. I know it's gas, but it does make it flare up. Now we've contoured this area here, so we've sort of mounded the soil up, and this is going to be the prairie planting, lots of grasses, so it's like wandering through to the beach. And then we get to crap type of feel to it, and we're going to plant through. There might be some veggies here, but this is the key seating area. We've not only got seats in here, we've got the raised bed that's going to be planted up with lots of gorgeous plants, isn't it?
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And I love the way that we've used sort of distressed timber. It gives that nice Australian feel to it. And of course, being reclaimed, it's a little bit cheaper. Looking big, and what's got even bigger is the water feature. Originally, I was just going to have a bowl here bubbling, but now I've gone a bit more overboard. Going to have a reel that runs down here, drops off down into a reservoir down here. So it'll be much more of a feature. But then what we have done is kept the lawn, and we've actually made it a bit bigger, because originally there was gravel running all the way round the garden. So we've taken that out and then relaid the turf that was over there, over here, to keep the lawn big enough for the sun loungers.
On the design, there's a central patio area. To create a relaxed beach-like effect, Charlie is using irregular sandstone paving. The Rich brothers have been tasked with finishing it.
This garden is all about capturing an Australian vibe, and a great way of doing that is actually by mimicking cracked, dry earth in the paving. And that's what Charlie's done, and what I love about it is every piece is completely different. So it's almost like putting together a jigsaw. Look at that, looking smart. And the reason that it's all so different is because it's come from a stone cutting yard. What that means is basically this company's taken in a big boulder, they've cut down this big block of stone for lintels and things like that, and then this is the waste product. And usually this will get discarded, maybe it's landfill, and you can actually see how there's different stones from around the UK. That dark one there might be from Scotland, loads of character packed into just one bunch of paving. One thing that you wouldn't get is you just buy them off the shelf. So what's nice is we're able to pick this up for £50. So £50, you've got a beautiful arrangement of colours, tones and textures, and also shapes as well.
So Charlie's been savvy with the budget by using offcuts for the paving, and she's come up with a money-saving idea for her water feature too.
So Lee is just about to drill out the first bit of the reel, so that's the fitting that we're going to put at the bottom.
A rill is a decorative channel of water that runs through a garden.
Now the rill's been made out of steel, C-section, so so it's sort of cup-shaped. Now, we got a deal on them because they were off-cuts. Paid about £20, so we've actually made the water feature fit our materials rather than say the design is going to be this. That way you can save a bit more money. Got a small pump that's going to sit down in the reservoir. Then the hose goes on the pump. It's going to run up through the raised bed and onto that. And tell me, this steel should go nice and rusty, shouldn't it, with the water in there? Which I think will look lovely and give that sort of Australian, sort of all those red tones.
The whole team now turn their attention to the elaborate seating area. Soil is added for the raised bed, and Andy digs a hole to the water feature's reservoir. Lee can now position the rill that will carry the water.
Okay, so this is our rill. Pipe coming up from the reservoir, which Andy's digging out at the moment. That's going to go on the bottom of there. Okay, tight fit. Then the water will bubble up here. It will run along. And so the whole idea is we're going to be sat here, you know, singing our feet, enjoying the sunshine. Pop the bottle of beer in there, keep it nice and chilled. Or just dabble their fingers in there, maybe flip each other a bit of water. Just a bit of fun, really.
Alison and Janice love to entertain, but their barbecue is an unattractive feature. So Charlie's come up with an inventive and inexpensive way to conceal it.
So I am currently inside the barbecue area. A key element within this garden, but not necessarily something that you want to be looking at when you're elsewhere. So Charlie's got this lovely idea of creating a green wall to surround it, but on a budget. So we've got these 3 uprights, and then we've got the mesh then that sits inside. And the reason for this mesh is because we want to be piling up with our turf that we recycled from parts of the garden, building that up, but then within that, we're going to be placing these little plants. So this is the Judah, we've got ivies, violas, things like that. And the key is to treat this like a hanging basket. So we're slotting these in like that. And then these will sit sandwiched by bits of turf. And over time, you have the ivies, the Judas, the violas, and the grass all clumping together and naturalising to create a very soft and sympathetic living room. Now, a key thing to remember with this, to ensure that the plants will grow well, is to actually sandwich them between 2 bits of earth. So instead of sandwiching them between the turf, the grass, we're actually giving them the undersides of the turf roll, and that means they've got lots of this soil to root into. You little fella, grow well.
Out the front, Charlie's adding a touch of the Oz seaside to her water feature.
Sticking on a few pretty pebbles so it looks much prettier. And the great thing about this is a plastic bowl, so you can stick things onto it really easily.
Meanwhile, back at the integrated seating area, they're testing the water flow in the rill.
Oh! Look at that.
And it seems to be running nice and smoothly.
Fine. Good. So, reservoir's in. Need to get the grid on pumping, and we're going to have a light at the bottom as well. So, as the water's rippling, all the lights will make the ripple look even more intense. So, quite fun. And that's going to go there. And basically, they can put their beers in there or a bottle of wine to cool it down. Oh, ho, ho. What we got there? Hookah. Charlie pronounce Hushua. And then a sage, a variegated sage. That's Charlie's dream. Yeah? Exactly. Okay. Where'd you go? All about timing. I had a little thought, so I've seen that Charlie's got some pebbles outside, and this is all looking great, love it, but nice little change maybe to put some pebbles down here. Oh, slide them down. The rock slaughter. Yeah. It goes that way. Keep enjoying our thing.
At the back of the garden, Lee's distressing the wood from the 3-in-1 feature to give it that beach shack look. And at the front of the house, Charlie's getting excited about a delivery.
We've got a palm tree, yes! And it looks nice and big. Janice and Alison were really keen to have a palm tree. And that's some palm tree. Reasonably hardy in the UK.
Look at that.
It was somewhere very, very cold. Just got to protect it in the winter, but we're down by the sea. We're perfectly happy down here. Put it on the lawn.
Charlie's chosen an assortment of luscious plants that will replicate subtropical climates.
Okay, guys, I need a few bodies to move that Tachycarpus for like the tall one here, and we need to get it in, and don't be too clean to fill the soil back in, because I want to put it on tilt. Unusually.
Can match everything else.
Yeah. Now we've got two Tachycarpus, or known as Chinese windmill palms. They've got those great big fan-shaped leaves which look tropical straight away. They'll actually go down to about -10. Make sure that you have a nice free draining soil and put them in a sunny spot. Now, what I was saying is I'm not actually going to plant them upright like that. We've got two, and I'm actually going to have them so that they're sort of slightly askew. And that makes it look a lot more natural, as if that's how they grew in the wild. We need to move it this way a bit more. Is it real heavy?
No, we can do it.
Because I think it's got to go there.
Just drag it.
Let's drag it.
That's it.
And I'm thinking that it's going to go something like that.
Right, mate. I thought it'd be a lovely little addition to add this timber bar here across on the top of the mesh. So not only are we able to tack it to it, hold it that bit more structurally firm, but more importantly, it's going to make it perfect ring rest and then
So this cord line, it's not spiky. People think it's got spikes on the end, but it hasn't. It's very soft, but no, so not a problem. And it'll get taller when it flowers. You get this big white flower spike, which the main head will then die off, but you'll get two side shoots. So you'll have a double-headed cordyline, australis, and then as time goes on, when it flowers again, you'll end up with 4 heads, 6, and then it makes a nice big branching tree over here. Then I think we've got the fatsias. I reckon there. The fatsia, that's that thing with big leaves, Sam. That's the one. Pop that one back here. And then I do have one that has got spikes on it. So this is a yucca, but it's not the really vicious yucca. This is filamentosa, and it's a variegated one. And you can see it flops over. So it's actually much softer. So yes, there is a spike on it, but it's not got a really stiff leaf, so it pushes into you. And I'm going to pop that just over there. I'm not really worried about Janice and Alison. They're adults, they're grown up. They'll know to avoid the spikes.
The team are bringing in the rest of the plants. Meanwhile, the brothers are around the front getting creative.
And Charlie's got us making some sculpture, and we thought it'd be a lovely idea to actually place some cactus within the garden. Now, cactus aren't actually native to Australia. They were introduced, and ever since they've absolutely thrived within the climate. So what we've done is we've actually got a length of wire, which is probably twice the length that we need. We've folded in half, and I've just used some pliers there just to lock that in. We're going to slide that in. Dave, my wonderful helper, is going to hold the bottom end with some pliers, nice and tight. And so it should twist and create a very strong
Sexy base. Hello.
That is looking fantastic. Not only is it completely straight, but it's the perfect spiral. Now that'll hold in pretty firm. It's going to look fantastic. Imagine that, another one there. Two circles then in, and one arm. We're going to one arm it off. Yeah, definitely.
As a welcome addition to the design, Charlie's adding a raised bed by the back door.
Janice and Alison are keen to be involved in the garden, but they're a bit apprehensive. And they do want to grow some veg, but they didn't want a huge veg area. So this, what's about a metre by half a metre, maybe a bit bigger. It's plenty big enough to sort of start dabbling with. So I've just got one or two different things, some herbs, some onions, got some chard, some garlic chives. So they're a bit like chives, but they're actually a different variety. So they've got a white flower, which actually look quite pretty because they will self-seed. But then what I have got, which is quite fun, apart from normal strawberries, I've got some pine snow white fragaria, which are a type of strawberry. Now, what's really cool about them, they're actually a cross between the North American strawberry and the Chilean strawberry. And they've got white fruit, but the seeds on the strawberries, because they are a type of strawberry, are red. And when you cut them in half, they're actually red inside. Bit of fun.
And with all the plants in position, the team can get digging.
Congratulations to your Northwood.
Leading from the house to the paved area is Charlie's beach wall that will have an easy, breezy feel.
Got some lovely grasses in this garden. I have to say this one is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the pink haze of seed heads.
Can I mention
Now the great thing about grasses is they're quite emotive. You remember them from when a child running through the fields, going to the seaside. So this is meant to be like a sand dune leading down to the beach. And we've got all these different grasses. And what I love is you get different seed head effects. So this one's very, very hazy. Then we've got the miscanthus, which is quite upright and bold. And then we've got this pennisetum. They've got these very long, almost like foxtail seed heads, again with the pink. And those seed head colours of the hazy pink picks up the planting, and it just sort of moulds the whole garden together. And I think it's a really beautiful walkway up to the seating, which is in the full sunshine.
One moment to say let's get in. Hooyah!
I like the screen.
I know. Is that square? Nice.
Do you like this grass? It's beautiful. It is hazy days of summer. You just need to sit backlit with the sunshine or the morning sun in the morning. It almost looks like mist, won't it, when the sun shines
Cobwebs.
through. Right, last little bit, just the ground now.
Lovely. We've got your last focus, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
If your nose is itchy, it means someone is missing.
I love that. Do you know what, though?
Maybe my children.
It's in a punty.
Well, this one's a character.
I'm doing one. Yeah. Do we think that's quite fun to go on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah? So if we wash the table off, we go in the middle of the table, or on the end, on the patio.
Love that idea.
The feature fire pit has now been placed on the patio and lit.
Water, fire, earth, sort of, mainly rock. But I think it looks fab. And the palms, they're going to love the palms.
It just takes a few more finishing touches and the garden is complete.
Are you going to sing?
Before the team arrived, this garden was a boring box of lawn. There were lots of places to sit, but not a plant in sight. Now it's had a £2,500 makeover to create a tranquil Australian oasis. Charlie has designed raised beds that cleverly double up as a seating area with an integrated water feature and drinks cooler. For £780, it's the perfect spot to unwind at the end of a stressful day. To capture the look and feel of Australia, she spent a total of £300 on a combination of sandstone paving, 1 ton of pebbles, and fine dusty gravel to give a beachy effect.
How about you,
£1,200 is
Peach?
spent on a variety of
Can you
plants
please
that give a
explain
subtropical feel,
share
including
about
the couple's favourite, the palm tree.
yeah, Peach can tell you
A
that.
fire pit provides a cosy focal point at
Peach, can you
£108.
share about
And
your
finishing off the social space is a living wall forming a screen that's all-important
recently
bathroom. It's time to find out if Charlie's delivered the garden Alison and Janice have been
You can go
dreaming
to
of.
my
You wanted
channel
somewhere
there
to
and
sit in the
you
sun,
go to
somewhere to
channel.
entertain, and evoke memories of all your trips. Just open your eyes. Oh my god! Oh my god! How have you done that? Oh wow! That's amazing. That is like we said we wanted a wow factor, and that is a wow factor.
Good reaction.
Yes, Northwood, that's very
Fantastic.
correct.
I mean, it's such a transformation, isn't it?
Do you like the cactus that David and I got?
Oh, look at that.
Wow!
You can explain it by in a
This is the big entertainment area. Outside the kitchen, barbecue, dining table.
I love it. Really, really love it. It's just a level of space from the outside. You know, it's all about Australian vibe. So, could you a Barbie?
And then we've got this gorgeous planting with lots of grasses that we banked up. So it's almost like you're ambling down to the beach.
It's like Christmas. It's like, oh, what can I open now? Oh, bed patch.
Now I know, Janice, you were keen on
Really?
this.
Really?
So it's very simple. We know you girls are a bit of party animals. So there's strawberry. There's a normal strawberry, but there's also a strawberry that's a white strawberry. But when you cut it in half, it's red. So ideal in a glass of champagne.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Oh, I smell that fire. It's amazing.
Do you know, every time we see a palm tree, whenever we're away, we have to have a picture taken. We just, like, we can have a selfie. That is, not one though, but two. Two amazing palm trees.
And a baby one.
Our first baby.
You've still got your lawn with you.
Yeah, that was key. But then, that's an amazing water feature. Charlie, don't
And then you've just got these perching trees.
This slope isn't very unique. It's gorgeous, incorporates water right by the city. This is just out of this world, honestly.
So I know the budget wasn't huge, but do you think your dad will think that money is well spent?
Oh, without a doubt. That's more than money can buy. That is just amazing. I can't believe you've done that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really gorgeous. I absolutely love it.
Having had time to take it all in, do Alison and Janice feel they've been transported to another world?
It's just like a bit of a tropical paradise, isn't it, really? Everything we want. It's just like an amazing creation.
And the couple's families can't wait to take a look.
What a difference! It is a big look, you put the bottles of wine in and everything. This lovely man here made all of this himself. Isn't it amazing?
Tonight at 7 here on BBC One, two teams of celebrities will go head-to-head in 5 events to raise money for sport relief in the All-Star Games. Now, he's an ordinary person, so he's John Leslie on his designs this. Listen now to the latest brilliant episode and more on BBC Sounds. And next up here on One, it's the big news.
How about you, Sid? Can you share about the NPR before? What is
Don't worry about a thing. The nation's watching. Let's go.
A new batch of celebrities are about to feel the heat.
The jealous was there.
Oh boy.
Take a tea,
Yes. As the number one.
So start again. Very impressive. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Dad's the happy judge.
Our
The brand new series of Celebrity MasterChef starts Wednesday at 8 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Because First of all, in
27
Philippines
years
and
on
US
Oh,
had a
damn.
different day, so each one of us,
Good times,
hindi
bad
naman kayo
times.
babad sa video call kasi every time I woke up in the night, call
Marriage
him
starts Sunday at
and
9 on
he
BBC One
answer
and
and then
iPlayer.
we just open camera and I'm working that time in Cebu
Step
and
up to the
he
podium
was
and pray for
also
the Princess
working.
Prize pot in 45 minutes' time.
Sleeping.
Well, first here on
So
BBC One,
if he
make
fall
no
asleep, I
bones
just
about it,
off
it's time to enter the
the
podium
call
room.
and then in the night time I call him again and
5
then turning
sellers,
to him
5
he's having a
items,
coffee
5 deal.
and I am going to bed. And then
Okay,
just
and
share it.
then
I show him how I
just a bit
prepare
hyper.
the
Okay,
bread
well, we
for
can
my
sort that out
call,
for you, no
something
problem
like
at all.
that until I fall asleep again.
Are we going to
In
have
the
a
morning, I
table?
just
Yeah,
message him,
we
oh,
might
sorry, I
need to
fell
because
asleep,
the
something
instance
like
is so
that.
long.
That's the only way until we meet
At
each
Tullagreen
other.
Equine Clinic, it's
Yeah,
surgery day for Tom and
jealous
his missing
is
testicle.
always my
I set
partner
up the
always
scanner.
tell me that.
Yeah, we'll give it a quick quiz.
Expert surgeon Clodagh Kearney will perform the procedure alongside Vet Inga, making Tom the first horse in Northern Ireland to undergo abdominal keyhole surgery.
I love surgery and I love doing the surgeries myself. But Clodagh is a specialist. He is the highest form of speciality that you can have in equine surgery. And if you can then have somebody like Clodagh coming in to do it, you can learn from it.
The most common place that the testicle will be hiding out if it's in the abdomen is just in front of what we call their inguinal ring.
Before surgery, they first need to identify exactly where the missing testicle has gone.
One of our friends.
Clodagh's hoping an ultrasound will reveal its location.
Nothing jumping out there. That's stuff in his small intestine, literally just bouncing around. It's very possible to overinterpret things or convince yourself of things sometimes, but you're looking for very definite structure. So if you think you have a testicle, we want to make sure it is a kind of uniform shape. We have a suspicion here. Only one way to find out if we're right. Go and have a look.
We are doing keyhole surgery. We're not having to go in, opening his abdomen under general anesthesia and introducing fingers or hands to explore sometimes where the testicle is situated. We're only going to be putting in little holes in either side of his flank with him understanding sedation, which makes sure that there's a lot less complication, a lot less recovery time, and it's all a lot neater for him to come through that surgery. We can go look for that testicle just with a tiny little camera.
The camera will be easier to maneuver if Tom remains upright. So a local anaesthetic allows him to stay awake and standing during the procedure.
Okay guys, I'm going to be doing the epidural now. 1, 2, 3. Good boy. This should go in really, really easily. We get kind of slowly.
Advertising on YouTube helps me reach engaged customers like Jenna, who's been
Cable
searching for landscapers for
You
food.
can see he's well sedated.
So when she watches YouTube, my ads there
He
with a
does
link
not
to
realize
schedule
what's
an
going
ad.
on.
I found my
So
customers
this is
on
the
YouTube
laparoscope, which is
and started
essentially
with
just a
YouTube
camera.
advertising and find
I'm
yours
going to put
too.
my hand in the screen there, and that's what's going to give us the image. So this is going to actually, end of this is going to be in his belly. There we go. And then it's right. So now our picture's obviously nice and sharp. We're happy with him, how he stood. Just cutting skin now, guys, so you shouldn't feel it if you're ready. Okay, so we're in the abdomen. So guys, you just have to watch for now, because this is really not so pleasant when you start to get his abdomen stretched. So that's it.
Clodagh is inflating Tom's stomach with gas to create more space to explore.
Getting off the head and through the bridge. You okay? You happy with the pattern this time?
When we put gas into the abdomen to enlarge the abdomen and to make room in there for the camera, he can become a little bit uncomfortable with that sometimes, and then we have to adjust the sedation that he's under and give him pain relief to make sure that he doesn't get too uncomfortable. But that's only a temporary thing.
With Tom feeling calmer, Clodagh can continue probing for the missing testicle. First, She looks on his left side.
So on this side, he certainly at one point had a testicle descend. Yeah, I would be willing to say that on this side, there's not an abdominal testicle.
Now to the right side.
Yeah, okay. That looks a little bit more optimistic. See that? There's testicle. You have a testicle. Okay. Find the testicle on the right. I'm going to go around and we're going to make a quarter on the right hand side. And we're going to go after that testicle. Cutting. That is our testicle there. Lovely. Okay, see the kind of purple thing that we're following down? That's its blood supply. And it's sitting just in that little bit of fluid in under there. It's very close on top of it now. That's it there, that kind of brighter white with the blood vessels on it. That's it. So guys, this is our culprit. That is the problem child. So I'm just trying to, if I get the testicle safe and away from that bowel. There we go. Just going to put local anesthetic into that testicle. Just to be nice to him. It's not nice to be castrated away. I imagine.
To prevent bleeding, heated forceps will simultaneously cut and close the tissue.
This is what we're going to use to seal the blood vessels as we dissect away the testicles from its root inside. So that's it doing the sealing. There we go. We're nearly there. I need it more vascular. All at the back there. So we're free now with the testicle. What I need you to do now, Inga, is if you follow the testicle to the body wall, and I'm going to make my opening a bit bigger. Okay. So we're getting the testicle out the side now. Yeah. And that's Tom's testicle. So we're just going to give him a second to let any air out of him. A couple of staples in there, and he's done and dusted. The band-aids just to get everything clean.
With the hour-long surgery complete,
there we go.
Tom will need 2 days to recover.
And the best bit, Tom, you're going to be allowed to eat now.
Goodbye, Tom.
Owner Dominic has come to take Tom home to the riding school in Donegal.
They're looking really nice and clean. Those wee staples can come out in about 10, 12 days. All right? This is where the side of the testicle came out.
I would say that we're up to frame of mind now, next year.
But you can see why he's a favourite with the children and the people in the riding school. He's lovely.
That's good.
Good boy, Tom. There you go.
Tom will be happy to be home. He's well treated here. He's all right, 100%. Everything went well, didn't it?
Having just finished the laparoscopy is making you a happy person. The recovery for Tom is going to be so much quicker. The complication rate is so much less. But for Tom, it is certainly the best decision in this case.
Temperatures in the mornings are soaring into the 30s. On the edge of the mountains, in the town of Castlewellan, is Castle Fence.
Good afternoon, Martin House Burger Chicken. The next one, sorry. Wednesday at 1. Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
They treat over 250 farm animals and pets at the clinic every week.
Alright. That has to be warm enough. We're teaching Paddy to boil the kettle before he makes the coffee. High standards here. I think he got that wrong last time. Boil the kettle.
Farmer's son, Paddy Tierney, joined the practice straight from college 3 years ago.
This old school football, very good cross dogs, and you still develop cottons, which are large animals, with your cattle and sheep as well.
Today, Paddy is treating a calf with heat stroke, which farmer Jennifer has rushed into the vets in an emergency in the boot of her car.
You see the other calves sort of up and running about, and then he's sort of lying there, and the cow is sort of roaring at him. I think you tell with the mother, and she's roaring at them to get up, and they're not sort of getting up. You kind of know that there's something a bit more sinister going on.
So we have a 6-week-old calf who unfortunately just been starving for the last couple of days there. So he's quite dehydrated, and he's quite lethargic, and he has a wee temperature.
Scouring is a term for diarrhea, which Paddy needs to treat straight away.
With the weather being so warm, calves are being put under additional stress, so we're seeing a lot more things like scouring, things like pneumonia as well. It'll be one of the more common things you'll see after milk age. I'll just give them a few of the injections here. We're just putting them on a wee drip. We're giving them nice strong antibiotics and a bit of pain relief as well. So they drip will run into them in the hour.
Oh, right, yeah, no problem.
It's usually not a great sign when you can just lift the calf into the boot of a car without much struggle. So he's taken in just in time. You wouldn't have wanted to left him any longer.
The calf is one of 90 cattle owned by Jennifer.
Whereas Molly wasn't very happy about me putting her baby in the boot. Tried to chase after the car. I'm without a trailer, so if they don't fit in the boot, they have to put that last across the light. This can't be enough, it's only down the road, so it's for the back seats, you can look out, but this doesn't always happen.
It's not the first time Paddy has received a patient in the boot of a car.
We've seen pigs, we've seen goats. Ewes lambing coming in the boots of people's cars. I've had goats kidding. It saves us going out, and it's very convenient. I suppose when they're around that size, whatever fits, and if you can get it in quickly, just take it on in.
It's starting to pick up a wee bit now.
We've covered him well with a wee bit of pain relief just to make sure he's nice and comfortable. The main thing here that's concerning is that he's so dehydrated. So once you can get his dehydration up with the wee drip, he'll be a different calf. The drip is set up anyway, that's a great sign.
Okay.
Trust it.
The fluids should soon stabilize the calf. Now, we need to reunite it with its mother.
So I can tell you give you a hand as well.
Another castle vet who's always busy whatever the weather is Terry Mullins.
It's quite hot today, to be fair. It's nice to like the sun, but physical exertion. It can be quite annoying sometimes. It's better than the rain. Music,
He joined the practice 9 years ago.
it kind of appears like rain. Relax. I enjoy your work. It's kind of more of a like just a job. And I do like a mix. Or not so
What do you think?
Not too bad. No, because
What do you think?
A week ago, Terry saw Paula's 9-year-old Alsatian, Finn.
What a shit.
Finn is such a brilliant family dog. We all love him to bits.
What a shit.
Haven't been eating properly, and last week we decided to bring him in.
Surgery to remove Finn's spleen could save him, but if the tumours have spread, he may have to be put to sleep.
We decided to go for the operation this morning, so he's going to get a spleen removed, and fingers crossed we'll make a full recovery, hopefully, if all goes well. So I've got 4 kids at home, and they're absolutely devastated. He's just another one of my children.
I
Oh, fuck off.
I'll do blood first. I'll see if they got better or worse than the last day. If they're not, I'll do window here and knock them out. We'll take a spin in. We'll have a look in there to see if there's any spray. If there's any spray, see what bad is. There's a lot of left, and you have enough of them. Either this or this week, if you don't have them. So, that's it. Sure. See you later. Right, cool. He's just sedated now. We're just inducing him to make him go fully asleep and then get him on the gas. Yeah. Right. If we find one benign tumour, we're okay. But if we've more than one tumour and we think it's spread, depending on the type of tumour it is, prognosis might be just as good. But we're crossing our fingers.
Terry will be performing his surgery with the practice's senior surgeon, Martin.
Right, okay. Since it is a heavy boy, it's all keep the head up. Alright.
A scan has already shown where the problem is.
I think we're going to find a big tumour in this brain. If it's malignant, it's going to spread through other organs, and whatever organ's affected, cause lots of sickness and that. It's nothing too bad underneath.
It doesn't matter depending what it is first, and then you know that.
So this is our spleen.
That lumps of tumour, that lumps of tumour. That should be a flat organ like that. Shouldn't have lumps and lumps. That's tumour. Take a stop off the lump, send it up.
There's more than one.
Very late.
But the tumours in the spleen.
Nice, right. I'd rather leave them to AD. I like them, but they're better off with them. I'd be inclined to agree. I think I'm going to pop it down to Aiden's corner and see where he goes with them.
300.
In all honesty, I think that's still a bit less than we could achieve. What have you got to achieve? You've sold a couple of 100 each.
No, what's a cook on? Oh, if I click on the second one. Okay, let's have a game. Previous one. Okay, everybody else. I don't know. and probably be playing it. I don't know, Steve. I don't know if Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Like that didn't seek. Don't worry. Just pissing it out. I was just pissing it out. But then I didn't seek. Yeah. Waiting for.
What happens when you mention boudoir? We've seen these chairs about. They're not very rare, but it's quite nice to see it in a really good condition and in a good colour of all the
Well, it's shit.
Usually like they're ripped off.
Cunt. Really? Do 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 do. Find out. Find out. Find out more. Season 1 Battle Pass. Time is click on that to tell how this can. Yeah. I'm not just playing anything, I'm just waiting for Steve, because I don't know. Click on. So, maybe on the causes. What's this? What's in here? Some jugs or something. What's this shit? How come I've got... What's this? Do I have... Just a piss. I haven't got bloody... working me on. No, what it is. Okay. I did. Ages ago. Guys, it's on these holidays. I don't know about that game much. Oh, hello. I'm just not playing anything at the minute. I'm just chilling. me for my Paralympics closing cinema, where it is. I just not used to talking. I'm just waiting for my closing cinema money for the games. Because I don't want to miss it. Yeah, if you see that, that's my eye. When I flipping, that's when I went sort of like, I just knocked some guy on my team just knocked me out. And I blood dripping down my face. Don't worry about it, it's all good. Accidents happen. Shit happens, and they did die. Shit happens. Fuck it, 1-3. You get accidents in the way in the basketball games. Don't worry about it. I know what you need streaming. Good, good. Just waiting for it. Oh man, I'll delete this. I'll keep it on. I don't know if you want to use what. It's about there. Above my eyebrow.
I mean, the colours are still pin sharp, no moth holes, which also my 80s t-shirts have. What's the market now? Market for rock and pop memorabilia in general has always been and will always be strong, you know. And when you've got such an iconic concert as this, it sort of lifts things up. I think that you'd like to answer that question. I would ask away. What would you say the value of it is, please? It's slightly difficult to value when we've got signed pieces because it depends on the appeal of the signatures to a certain person.
Sorry if you can hear this TV watching bedtime waiting for me. But
I don't know where that falls in with your expectation. I think that would be the starting point.
waiting for my Olympics.
Yeah, I think they're all.
We're closing cinema.
They won't want to let it go. No,
Because I don't want to miss
they'll
it.
never see an exact one like this, will they? Because of the nature of the signature on it. So let's ask Sam for the bullet points. Take it to the. Obviously, it's an iconic day in the history of music. You've got the 1980s collectability. I pushed the Bob Geldof signature, as he's obviously one of the organisers of the event. And I'm sure they'll just have a really good go. So, Chris, thank you so much for bringing this in. I wish you the very best of luck. I think you'll do very well. Thank you very much indeed, Jen. Nice to meet you. Thank you, likewise. I've signed the t-shirts in my time, and it's very difficult thing to sign. It's the sort of move with a pen. I haven't had that problem. The valuation, it went really well. Really helpful, really informative. Hopefully, they'll all love it. Hello. Hello, sir. How you doing? Great to see all of you. I'm doing fine. Great to see you. Oh, you're excited, aren't you? You are. What's your name? My name is Chris. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris.
Okay.
Come on, Chris, do your stuff.
T-shirt. Oh my God, line
Okay.
Oh, wow. Is it? And it's signed. Is it? Is it signed? Yeah.
Well, it should.
Your signature is on there.
Bob Geldof.
Down.
Kershaw and
Down. Down. Sarah.
Yeah.
Did you actually go tonight, mate?
No, I missed it. I was working all
Down.
day. Can I just have a closer look at these signatures? Sure, by all means. Yeah, not that I'm doubting who they are. Do you see how clear they are? Yeah. They are much clearer than those.
Chris, why are you selling this then?
I've had two very young relatives that have passed way before their time.
Oh.
Also, their mother. So the money I intend to put towards a sea rescue charity.
That's lovely.
Well, what can we say? I think it said it all. You say that you love it and you want it.
I remember watching it on TV, and I remember it being a really big deal, and I remember the whole sort of like the Christmas, single and everything. And I remember like watching Freddie Mercury, and and say, I just say, just buy it.
Yeah.
Should we start the visit? Go for it.
Simon's valued the 80s t-shirt at 100 to 150 pounds, but with plenty of interest from the dealers, Chris did even better.
I'm going to start because I know roughly what a band t-shirt goes for, because I like band t-shirts. So I'll start the bidding at £250.
That might go some way towards paying for
the frame,
the hooks on the back.
£300.
What? You go a little bit further for the hooks and the wood. 350 then. £400. Remember, it's reversible.
I'll go 500. I think I'm done, Chris.
You're done?
I know. I think I am.
I'm going to be done. It isn't my field, although I appreciate it and remember it, but I'm kind of not in it for dealing. So I think you better concentrate with the green goddess down there. See where you go.
It's a one-off.
No, my bid is 500.
The bid is 500. Are we going to go any higher?
550 or 600.
I think you've been given a good price there.
We've got a deal.
And I will do something else. If I sell it, I will also give you half of the profits go to the charity.
I'm over the moon. I really am. And you and every one of you. Thank you.
Hey, mate. I'm totally in shock. Absolutely fantastic. The whole experience was faultless.
What did Simon value it at? 100 to 150.
Okay, if I was invited back, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Stay healthy. Live long.
Thank you, Chris.
Legend.
Lovely guy. Absolutely lovely.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
I like the Terry Wogan signature show.
Yeah.
What a shit.
You didn't expect to see that, is it?
I love Terry.
What a shit.
Well, that was a busy day for the dealers. They're always on the lookout for more. There are plenty more sellers eager to take them on. So, do join us next time in the busy day. With more amazing pieces are up for grabs. See them occasionally. See lots of them on the web. As our sellers
I've made a beautiful carving like this just to put my shopping on.
try to seal the perfect deal.
He's a trier, isn't he?
Fantastic!
The Devil is in Gloucester over on BBC Two right now with Flog It. One call can change everything. Brilliant drama over on BBC iPlayer with Control Room. Trust me, you do not miss it.
I did. Because my cousin's saying what? I'm trying to one tip his fucking pan. Pan? What on the phone? Cunts.
It's about smashing some serious sixes. It's our city, our way. What would you want? The 100. Oval Invincible versus the Northern
What
City.
about shit?
On BBC Two and iPlayer.
Mm-hmm.
Good life.
Come on, open coating, then money.
The Secret She Keeps starts Saturday 9:15 on BBC.
And I'm dead for 5-foot cake. Well, that is shit.
60 Minutes are sending female reporters to war zone. War zone on 2 legs. She contracted blood transfusion.
Serious news. We started serving the climate. He told me it was all rumors. Jackie did it again. I'd rather put up a fight. Not in Australia. Cameron was open. Legend. It's incredible.
Newsreader. Watch all episodes on BBC iPlayer.
Two stars to League Twos, one great cause tonight at 7 here on BBC One. Catch Sport Relief at the All-Star Games. Now though, can you find them in your All-Star?
Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless. The quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's friend. And couple number 1.
Hi, I'm Tom. This is my housemate Alice, and we're from Sheffield.
Couple number 2.
My name's Gil. This is my fiance Nicola, and we're from Berwick in Manchester.
Couple number 3.
I'm Rory, that's my partner Amber. Originally from Scotland, but I live in London.
And finally, couple number 4.
Hi, I'm Jenny. This is my husband Paul, and we live in London.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. Lovely to have you on Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce.
He needs to realise he doesn't have to raise his hand every time he knows the answer. This isn't school. It's my brightest friend. It's Rich. Hiya.
Hey everybody. Hello there. Hello. It's history today.
Yes, indeed.
First time ever. So I'll tell you why. Because of when we're filming this, listen, I don't want to give anything away, but there have been occasions where people have been on a show and haven't been able to come back for the following show. So a few people who weren't able to come back are back now, and it means for the first time in Portland's history, we've got 4 returning pairs. I love that. On the show. I love that. And it's nice to have them back when we've got the beginnings of a nice little jackpot on the way.
Oh, yeah. I think so. A nice little jackpot.
I hope it's got that again.
Wendy and Joe didn't win it last time, so we're adding another £1,000 to that, which means today's jackpot starts off at £7,000. There we are. Well, if everyone's ready, let's play points. Remember at all times that it is the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so just keep your scores low. That's all I'm saying. But best of luck to everybody. Our first category today is film stars. You will decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Okay, and the question concerns actors whose surnames begin with F-I-L or M.
Richard. On each board, we can show you the names of 7 films. We'll also show you a character from that film and the initials of the actor who played that character. Who are those actors, please? All of their surnames begin F-I-L or M.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our first board of clues. 7 of them. And we've got Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, H-F. Bruce Almighty, God, M-F. Yenpol, Hadas, A-I.
Well, shit. Another cup of tea.
drill, where we film opening up Pokemon cards, any like strategies from playing the mobile game. So quite fun and
That's exciting.
it's still really breaking out at the moment.
Grow exponentially.
Yeah.
It's exciting. There you are. You're on 33. Doesn't matter what you score, you're through to the next round. So that's a relief. What are you going to go for?
So there's a couple on there, and there's one on there that I know that Jill's going to be screaming at me that she knows the answer, but I'm probably going to go for the Dark Knight Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger for Dark Knight. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. No red line for you because you're already through. Heath Ledger is right. Good answer. 43. Takes your total up to 76.
Yeah, well done. Very well played.
Now, Tom, welcome back. Tell us more about yourself, Tom.
I'm a 19-year-old architect student from Sheffield. In my free time, I like to book and read. I have a food social media account. That's yeah, I spend a lot of time.
Do you have a particular thing that is yours? What's any style of cooking or?
Well, I'm vegan, so it's all vegan on there. But it's kind of like showing people it's not just salads and stuff like that.
So many delicious things you have in vegan food. Yeah, excellent, good stuff. Now, Tom, 27 is your score. Thanks to Alice, lovely low score. Doesn't matter what you score to get through to the next round. Do you want to talk us through this board?
I mean, I wish I could. I only know one, and that's Jason Isaacs. He's Lucius Malfoy.
Jason Isaacs for Lucius Malfoy. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Jason Isaacs. No red line. You're already through. Look at that, Tom. Very well done indeed. Best score of the pass, in fact. Down it goes to 9, taking your total up to 36.
Lovely into the round, Tom. Well done. Yeah, he initially auditioned for the Professor Lockhart, which is the role that went to Kenneth Branagh, and he said his bitterness at not getting that role made him perfect for Malfoy. How are you on the rest of these? Now, the Die Hard one, the other J.I.
Yes.
He set up a laundry company with Ben Folds. Jeremy Irons.